So obviously it's the next day, time for the review. As you would have seen, the 2-0 victory by Queen's Park Rangers against Birmingham City. It was not a good display by Blues, really. The first 10 minutes we played quite well. We opened up the account of attacks. We were playing quite well going forward. Some nice passing, nice flowing football. But it just kind of dipped down a bit after that. We obviously had a few chances. One of the big chances being Deeney's attempt, which rebounded back and no one could put in. Deeney nodding one back into the middle, and Chong missed it from quite a sitter from a few yards out. And then there was a couple of other chances. Sunyik had some wild attempts from the edge of the box. Juki had one that just went over the bar. So with that, obviously, we couldn't put the ball in the net, and they could. And the difference between the two teams, as said by Bowyer, was Ilias Chair. And Chair, if he'd have had some of the chances that our players had, would have bagged a hat-trick for us, really. We had more shots than they did, but obviously they put more on target. For their first goal, we left Chair wide open. He cut back in. There was nobody marking him there. He puts a shot in, which is going straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, and Mark Roberts heads it to the other side of Sarkic. So it ends in the goal. Second goal, another one that sadly I've got to just get really angry with the defence, because in the middle of midfield, Dean came rushing out like a madman. He didn't need to. He just came rushing out like a madman to make a tackle that he didn't need to make at all. And they won the ball and got the ball away from him. He stood there for a few seconds. They played the ball through when Mark Roberts was marking the man. Mark Roberts ran away from his man, so once again not marking his player, and left a nice space for Chair. But Sanderson was trying to make up but couldn't make up the space and the time and the pace, realistically, of Chair. He had more, and Dean was still on the halfway line, pretty much waving his arms about when the ball hit the back of the net. So another pretty horrible mistake. For me, man of the match goes to Jeremy Bella. I thought he had another good game. I thought he played quite well. He did a lot of damage down that wing. He created quite a few opportunities, a few cutbacks. He's cutting back and putting it in to the middle, but no one put it in the net. And you can't really blame him for that. I think finally we've hit that point where the honeymoon period of Bowyer is over. Fans are starting to get a little bit fed up with the way we're playing, and they are starting to get a little bit on the back of the team. It felt like that at the end. There was a lot of shouting at the players. And from a fan's point of view, as you can see from the vlog, I was in the lower. So I saw more than the fans in the upper, realistically. And the players who came right the way over to apologise were Chong and Sanderson, were the two main ones. Dean came over, refused to give his shirt out, then gave it out after Sanderson and Chong gave both of their shirts out. And it was just, it felt like apologies were required from the players. Fans who've watched the last 4 games that have been very poor, and it just felt like that was there. But the fact that 2 lone players were the most apologetic, and cover your ears if you don't like swearing, but when I was speaking to Chong, I got a selfie with Chong, and Chong went, "I'm sorry for that shit performance." And I mean, it sums it up, really. The players are apologising to the fans for that, face to face, and saying that they'll try and do better. But it feels like something needs to change, and I would say it needs to be the formation. Teams have got us figured out. They locked down Chong in the middle to stop him doing any damage now. And from that, obviously, comes the damage to our attacks. Going back, people are noticing that Bella can't run forward and back and forward and back and forward and back all match because he will run out of energy. So they're starting to attack his side more. They're starting to attack Mark Roberts in the back 3, more because they're noticing he's one of the weaker centre-halves. I'm not sure Harley Dean's a captain. I've said it before. I'll say it again probably. But Harley Dean is not my captain. He was quite shocking in the game. And just won't take account for his own errors and blames everyone else rather than himself. So overall, I would say it wasn't the greatest performance. It wasn't the greatest of anything. I was a bit disappointed by the QPR fans, actually. There was quite a lot of empty seats, but they were doing worse than us before this point, and they've just gone above us. So they are doing a lot less than they should be with that team. But on to the next game. Hopefully the 3 points can come, as it's a very important game. It's a 6-pointer, really, against Nottingham Forest. Hopefully we can get the 3 points. Keep right on. On to the next one.